Welcome to the Ben Mulroney Show. Happy Thursday, October 30th. So much to get into today. Before we do, got to say hello to the entire Ben Mulroney team. Of course, my intrepid producer, Mike Drolet, sitting there looking all kinds of disheveled with his playoff beard.
It's glorious, isn't it?
Yeah, well, listen, apparently you went into some building and they asked you if it could help you.
I went to the Toronto Small Business Forum yesterday, and the security stopped me. They were like, no, sir, what are you doing here?
No,
I was like, no, I'm legitimate.
Yeah, you're legit.
And they stopped me, I swear to God.
That's what a mobster says when he stopped. Like, I'm a legitimate businessman.
They're like, no. They're like, I don't think so, sir.
Really?
Yeah.
It's the beard. It's the beard.
We got Gord Rennie joining us today on the board. Welcome to see you. Welcome to see you. Welcome to having you in the place where you are.
It's a pleasure to be here. Dave is off sick because he was sick.
He wasn't feeling well yesterday. We saw that coming. Hope he gets better.
He doesn't have the Blue Jay flu.
No. He said that his partner got a little sick and he got that too. It is flu season, by the way. I got a text from Shoppers Drug Mart saying that I should make my appointment, and I'm going to definitely do that today. Thank you for the reminder, Shoppers. But yes, are you guys flu shot people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Amy Siegel, our video producer.
If it's around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm
My
supposed to
mom
wait for it.
makes me.
She makes you.
Forces me.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah. And
she brings me to.
I'll go get the shot. I'll get get the jab.
Oh God, the jab.
Okay, so we've got to start the show with a little bit of this, a little love for the Jays, and we're gonna delve into the national anthem debacle a little bit later. But let's just start with a couple of highlights. The fact that if you tuned in immediately, you were rewarded. Immediately. First pitch of the game, Davis Schneider on the very first pitch. And my favorite part was his dad, I don't know, like 30 rows up, so excited his son was leading off the game, posted it to social media. Let's listen to the dad's reaction to the first pitch.
Oh no! No way!
You gotta be kidding me, because he was gonna say something different.
But the whole Schneider clan was there. All of them were there. And can you imagine that? Your dad's watching that, and he just wants to get his son leading off a game. He wants to get that there.
Yeah.
And
And just a few weeks ago, remember when Trey Savage's family was there for him pitching in the playoffs for the first time, and he won. People go nuts. And yesterday, my God, he 12 strikeouts, the most by a rookie in World Series history. This team. There's nothing to not love about this team, is what I'm learning as a late band. I'm a late bandwagon guy. I don't know what to tell you. I was excited to go to a game for the sake of going to a game, but not. And I really do hope that if we get to a point and the Jays win this thing, I hope the Rogers team puts together a documentary chronicling what people thought at the beginning of the season. Yeah. What they thought this was going to be, because that's part of the lore. That's part of the legend. Anyway,
I want to put something out there.
Go for it.
Please.
If anyone in Toronto needs a +1 to the game,
I thought you were going to put something to the benefit of our listeners. I didn't think you were going to use this as some sort of like, StubHub or something.
Yeah, this is like some weird dating.
Yeah.
This is the BMS dating show.
A great sports fan date.
Go sports. Okay. So listen, I was not at the game. I was not watching the game until the end. But because I had to be at an event last night, I was at the Automotive Center down by the Princess Gates for a massive event for the Friends of the Simon Wiesenthal Center, which is a huge human rights and anti-Semitism watchdog group. And last night was an event in support of allies. And they had 7 really stand-up people who have done yeoman's work standing up in favor of the Jewish community against this onslaught, this wave of toxic anti-Semitism.
And for people who don't know, Simon Wiesenthal was the legendary Nazi hunter.
Simon Wiesenthal famously said, he was the guy who said, didn't he say for evil to thrive, good men need do nothing, something like that. Anyway, yeah, he's an incredible man. Oh, that was Elie Wiesel.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, So 7 people get this award. My brother being one of them, Mark Mulroney,
Wow.
who was, the pride that we felt as a family. My mom was there. My brother was there. My sister was there. We were all there. And we had a great time. My brother had friends who flew in for this. They were so proud of him. And I'll tell you what I found interesting was the other guests who were there. You had from city council, you had Josh Matlow, Brad Bradford. Easy, right? Like allies. And then you had Doug Ford, and I don't know, a third of his cabinet were there, allies. And then you had federally, you had Vince Gasparo, Leslie Church, liberals, allies, and a number of other conservative MPs. And then you had from the mayor's office, you had the mayor was there, gave a great speech, a lot of applause, but not the mayor of Toronto, not Olivia Chow. No. Stephen Del Duca of Vaughan was there. And I spoke to him afterwards and I said, I need to shake your hand because what you said was incredible. He spoke about moral clarity. He said, when it comes to anti-Semitism, there is no need for context. There is right and there is wrong. And standing on side of Jews who have helped build this country, who just want to feel safe in their own communities, who want to feel valued and want to feel respected, that requires nothing but support. There's no discussion that needs to be had. He also pointed out, he said, to those of you who say, when I hear from Jewish friends who cry and say, I don't know if there's a place for me in Toronto, I don't know if there's a place for me in Canada, I say, please be patient. We're working it out. But if you can't be patient, move to Vaughan. and his municipality was, I believe, the first in Canada to create bubble zones around places of worship. And so a lot of respect for him. Mm-hmm. But then I was speaking to some well-placed sources. And I said, interesting that Olivia Chow wasn't here. And they looked me square in the eye and said, she wasn't invited. And
when you listed off the people who were there, I said, so I think it's more who wasn't there.
She wasn't invited. And then they followed up unsolicited. And neither was Mark Carney.
Interesting.
And I said, really? And they looked at me and said, well, this is an event for allies. Would you call them allies? To which I said, probably not. Now, they would characterize themselves as, and here's the thing, I start putting myself in the shoes of Olivia's staff. And it feels to me like they would have said, you know what? Because I was like, what a perfect opportunity for him. War is over. There's a lot of goodwill. The Jays are playing. There's a lot of ways for you to come in and say nothing, right? But I guarantee you, people on our staff are like, too big of a risk. Too big of a risk. If you are somebody who looks at what happened last night and the event and what it stood for and what their goals are as a risk, you're not living in my reality. And you're not living in a reality that I really respect.
But it wasn't that she wasn't, that she declined to go. She just wasn't invited, period.
That's even worse, dude.
It's terrible.
When you're past the point of being viewed as somebody who can help.
When they've given up on you.
You're the mayor of the city, and this group has given up on you as an ally. And the fact that Mark Carney, 6 months into him being prime minister, they've already written him off.
Wow.
Not to say he can't be redeemed because he's got a lot of runway here. Olivia, I don't know. And let me just be very clear here. This event was about support of Jews. It was not about putting anybody else down. There are people who will watch this on social media and will say, I'm against this and I hate this. Find one word I've ever said in the context of Jews and the defense of Israel. Find one word where I have tried to diminish anyone but Hamas, anybody but a terror supporter. Find one word, I challenge you. And if I have, bring it up to me and I will apologize for it because that is not my intent. My intent is to make people who deserve to feel safe. And by the way, if you're a masked person calling for the death of Israel in Canada, my contention is you already feel pretty goddamn safe and you don't need my help. And on that note, we're going back to the World Series after this, because after that J.P. Sachs debacle of an anthem at the World Series, certainly the next guy was going to hit it out of the park, correct?
Oh, no.
We're going to discuss next.